Is there like a specific memory of a time, a moment in time that you wish you could go back to? Like if you had a time machine, like I wish I could go back to this specific day, not to change anything, but because the day was so good.
When I was a child, it used to be when I would leave school and just go back home and be able to find, tip-top bread with Blue Band and dip it in milk tea.
Good times,
you
right?
know? Yeah.
Yeah, and then like maybe there'd be cartoons on, like at a
there'd be
specific
cartoons.
time.
Maybe that would be the time.
Yeah.
And and you'd have no worry. You'd just be there.
And that would be the highlight of your day. And then you do it
know,
again tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
And time is the only resource, and we don't realize it until we have lost it. But it's the only resource that we actually have. Time is the only thing that we have. So if I would go back, I would advise to be a bit more present, to be intentional about that. I lost a lot of time in being on my phone, in being on my laptop, so I missed a couple of moments along the way, along the journey. So if I would, a bit of regret, but hey, it is what it is. I think I would advise that. I would just advise my younger self to just be intentional, make time. You're not religious?
Kinda, sorta.
Let's switch roles. What's your story about that?
I just feel like I respect everyone's religions. I believe in everything and nothing at the same time.
So how does that work? So you believe in everything and nothing at the same time?
Yes. I believe everyone, you know how, every religion has like their strong beliefs. Okay. I believe, I studied and noticed, and my observation was everyone has a point.
Okay.
So now I believe with everyone. If you're Muslim, I believe you. If you're Christian, I believe you. If you're Hindu, Buddhist, I believe you. You're right.
So your belief is believing everything.
I believe everything that everyone believes.
When I travel,
and
then I go and I see male toilet, female toilet, unisex, and I'm saying, what is this? What is this madness? What? As in how?
Let's stop there. Your hot take is gonna get us cancelled, guys. Sorry, this is just our opinions, but they're not facts. Hi guys, welcome to another exciting episode of It's Never That Serious. I say exciting because I'm so confident you're gonna like it. And before we get into any of that, please don't forget to subscribe, because we need the support, please. That's how we pay the bills. And not forgetting, we are at Zest Restaurant in Kololo. Now, I'm very excited to be introducing my next guest. The show is called It's Never That Serious, but sometimes we have very serious people in the building, like my next guest. I'm so excited to be introducing Steven Kirenga, who is the General Manager at Centenary Technology Services. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Yes.
Happy to be here. As I shared earlier on, this is my first audio-visual podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to what hopefully will be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun because it's never that serious. But before you came, I have to confess, and I say this to all my guests, but this is just kind of my job. I was stalking you online, right?
Yeah.
And I checked your LinkedIn, and I was like, bro, what? You've been a boss like your whole life.
Well, not really. And I just, I don't think I have. I started out in the trenches, literally.
Really?
Yeah. So it has been an interesting journey so far.
Yeah.
You want me to go back to when I started out?
Yeah. Please share.
All right. The search for money, for good things, has been a long one. Hectic. It started out, I think, in my S4, I used to be a data entrant. Then in my S6, I had 4 jobs.
You had 4 jobs?
Yeah, my S6 vacation.
That's crazy.
When I was in high school, some guys from campus, we used to have an old boys, because I went to an old boys school. So the alumni would come and they would tell us that, you know what, guys, the best thing you can want to know about campus, university, is a Uganda saying. Do you know Uganda?
Yeah, kinda.
It goes, Ataina Sente, Tafumita, So
so you were like, I must get 4 jobs.
I must get the money. So anyway, so in S6 vacation, I got a job at, it's now defunct. It was called Procurement News, run by the now MP Honorable Mwesigwa Rukari. And I used to sell subscriptions. I used to deliver newspapers at 5 a.m.
What?
I used to sell advertising. And then I also got a job with Enterprise Uganda. And at least the work that we did then, up to now, you still have that little mineral water bottle of Wava. So I participated in the in the in the research that led to that product being developed. Yeah. So and I think what did I used to do? And I used to run a bar as well.
You used to run a bar
Yeah.
on top,
So
like all these things were like at the same time.
the hustle has been
That has
has
was
been
like you really
real.
wanted to, like you were so
Yeah.
determined.
Yeah. But then eventually I had to leave the job so I could study.
Yeah.
My mother made talked to me nicely. I mean, talked to me quite firmly and sternly. And I left and went and got an education, did my undergrad. And my first job actually was in the call center at MTN. So you know those calls when you call 123 and then someone picks up, then you will abuse them, and then they have to be patient because if they revert, that's dismissal on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I began from then I started out in the call center at MTN. So when you'd call, I still have that thing memorized. Tukwaniriza kutugwa MTN customer
Hey, you were in the
service
Luganda section.
and English.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did that for a short while. Then eventually I moved into other roles.
What?
And by the time I left at MTN, I was part of I used to do B2B marketing, enterprise marketing, but also used to support 5 countries across the SIA region. And then I'm talking too much.
No,
And then
it's okay because this is the podcast is
yeah.
yours.
Yeah, and then I left MTN, was convinced to join government. I joined the National IT
NITA?
Authority. NITA, yes.
Yeah.
NITA-U, where I went to set up the communication function. Did some amazing things there I met, what I consider to be a dream team there. Still remain friends up to now. We did some awesome things for the nation. I left NITA, began to do a bit of consulting. Worked with an awesome company that uses AI to improve lives. They, as an example, have for 4 years now been the only guys that can in real time translate English to the 5 major languages across Uganda. So as an example, this podcast here could have been translated to Luganda, to Nyachitara, to
By like how? Like
using
they
machine learning, using AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah. So like I upload it and then they translate it to another
Yeah.
language?
So as an example, you'd have a recorder here that could transcribe both written, but
Yeah.
also if I'm not sure if they can now do voice outlet, but I'm sure they can now do that because that's been a bit of while.
That's crazy. Yeah, it has been a while, and now we have ChatGPT and all these other AI tools and stuff.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so now how did you end up being general manager?
Oh, so Stand by the AI. I was doing some work there. Then I was also doing. Then I began doing some work at UNRWA. Also heading up the comms function at UNRWA. And at that point, we were fighting for the survival of UNRWA. So it was a lot of going to showcase the different roads that are happening, engaging with MPs, talking to them. You'd enter a car at 4 a.m. and drive until Moroto because you have to talk about a road that ends up in Lochitaranya, somewhere near the border towards Kenya. And as I was doing that awesome work, also with one of my best bosses ever, Alan, this came up, and we started out by advising on the use of technology for the Centenary shareholder. And then I think we did a good job because that conversation led into, can we now set up the company and have it operational?
Right.
Now it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
Of supporting Centenary Group, who is now the mother company, supporting Centenary Group, supporting Centenary Bank, both here in Uganda and in Malawi, and also supporting the owners of the business, who are the Catholic Church.
Right.
Supporting them in digitizing the 9,000 schools that they have, the 649 health institutions, the 412 higher education institution learning, and what else? And I'm
So
missing one metric.
I wanna ask, like now
Yeah.
you're in tech, right?
Yes.
Is that what you studied in school?
No, I did
What
not
did you
study.
do in school?
So what I did in school was at university at MUBS. I was at MUBS.
Yeah.
I did the BCom.
Yeah.
I did the
And
BCom,
then how did you like now, like was it just circumstantial, like in terms of the opportunity presented itself and you're like, yeah, let me take it?
so I think it was chance meets readiness. That's what happened. So I did a BCom. I did finance. I think at that point were maybe I think 10 people doing finance in the entire university. Now when I joined MTN, the jobs in finance were not very many. But also when I joined MTN, the fun seemed to be in the marketing side of things.
Yeah.
So I aspired to join marketing, and when I joined marketing, what was available at that point was not the fun things of going on two road shows,
Yeah.
and it was the not boring but the challenging part of product development. So I began to I had to learn how to build products,
Yeah.
and I quickly understood that I didn't know a lot. I had to watch my
You
language.
can say shit.
I didn't know.
This is a podcast. You can say what you want.
I didn't know a lot about tech.
Yeah.
So what I did was I understood that I am the novice in these things. I looked for a bagezi in the company, and I used to have a thing every Friday morning. I would buy breakfast and lunch, put them in the boardroom. There's a guy called Katongole Vince, Robert Mutevi. He's now the head of IT at URA. Katongole Benjamin, I know where Benjamin is. Michael Nyero is still at MTN. And who else? I think those are the main three guys. And every Friday we would sit in the boardroom and I would ask dumb questions. You know those books of I don't know, finance
Something
for
for
dummies.
dummies. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
now I was a dummy.
Yeah.
So and that really helped me to understand and get a quick masterclass or a quick degree in technology.
Yeah.
But also some of the guys that I used to work under, Dennis Ken, were very helpful in just allowing me to, just to hold my hand and just allow me to learn and grow in the role. By the time I left, up to today, I can sit in a room and guys who have studied engineering, who have all the certifications, I don't know, whatever, I can hold my own, I can speak, they won't lie to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that for me was a key learning point in just saying that, you know what, sometimes there's that thing where they say that when you're hiring people, hire skill. I don't believe in that. I believe higher attitude because everything else you can learn. And I'm testimony to that. I learned all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like you've given us like the rundown, like from
Yeah.
beginning to where you are right now, and
Yes,
it's
yes.
very impressive because it's interesting to hear people who have actually successfully climbed through the ranks
Yeah,
in
well,
Uganda.
Okay, I think I'm not
You're
just
still
there. I'm
climbing,
still-
but yeah, like you have. Okay, to some people,
okay.
where you are is success, right?
I'm
It's
humbled,
not for you,
but
clearly
okay.
not for you. But to so many people, it looks like success. So
Yeah.
you've been in leadership roles before. Right now,
Yeah.
you're in a leadership role,
Yes, yes.
GM.
Yeah.
What is a misconception about being in leadership, especially like in companies, big organizations like yours?
So I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that it's all about power and control. That you will declare and this light will go off by your minions. I'm sure you watched Avengers. So there's that, people who are there think that maybe you're Thanos now and you
Yeah.
have the goblet
Yeah.
and you can just snap and then, No, that's not so the glove I meant. Or goblet, but you got that.
It's neither here nor
Yeah.
there.
So yeah, so that's the biggest that's the one that I think is a big misconception. The reality is that it's about service.
Yeah.
I come from the school of thought that it's about doing so on the one hand, it is hard work. My school of thought and even those with whom I work, even at Centenary, is that hard work is what is important. Some of the maxims that I've picked up along the way are things like failure is never an option. That's a favorite quote from one of my bosses. So with that maxim, you understand that you can't just sit back and just order and declare things into being.
Yeah.
Number 2 is service, but also just real humility. I have a former boss at MTN who used to always request us to serve that cup of tea in the metaphor of it, in saying that you must be humble enough to serve a cup of tea, because in that moment of humility is when you make the connections, is when you understand how things are done, is when you actually remove all this bias that we all inherently have about people, about, you're a brown chick, I'm not a brown guy, therefore if you walk into a room, as an example, you get noticed before I get noticed. So how do I also appear? If I am humble enough, then I get noticed, then I get the chance to actually share a view that I might have.
Yeah. And
I meant the brown chick, with all due respect, obviously.
bad.
Yeah.
Like there's this thing I saw on TikTok.
Yeah.
And this guy said he went for like a corporate event. And in this event, there were so many like executives,
Yeah.
CEOs, like MDs, board members of this, that, and that,
Yeah.
third, and like the wealthiest man in the entire event.
Yeah.
Like I think he's like a billionaire or something.
Yeah.
Would whenever you'd walk up to him, you would introduce yourself and he would introduce himself back.
Yeah.
And he was like, why would you do that? Because everybody in this room knows who you are. And the guy was like, the day that I stopped introducing myself is when I know that it has got into my head. So like similar to what you're saying about serve a cup of tea, like
Yeah.
you have to be humble regardless of who you are and where you're from.
Correct, yeah. And
Yeah.
there's I can't remember the name of the Roman general, but there's a general, if you Google it later on, you will get the name, who used to, after every conquest, he would have someone by his side. And his job, as people were ululating and saying, oh my God, you're the guy, this guy's job was to just tell him, you are only a man. You are only a man, because it's important that you remain grounded.
Yes.
In spite of whatever winds God may send your way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, now this may be a bit similar to what you just said, but what would you say is, because you've told us a story about how you've grown over a period of time.
Yeah.
What would you say is like one of the most important skills for the people out there who are just like starting out in their on their journey? What is the most important skill to have in order to make it in like the corporate space?
So I think, I'm not sure if it's a skill. Maybe it's a habit.
Yeah.
I think it is just being I don't use I've always the word humble, but being alive or aware to the fact that you have got to continuously improve yourself through learning. When okay, I know I'm old, I have gray beards, but not that old. Now, I keep telling guys that when I was starting out, it was okay to have an undergrad.
Yeah.
And that was okay. I'm not sure about your side of the prism, Breezy, but I think today the minimum is probably a master's. Even when we're hiring, if someone has a master's, we'll probably consider them. Now imagine you actually have a master's degree and you're beginning at entry level. That just shows you the depth of all the expanse of the communication, of the competition that is out there. So the habit of just learning, and once you learn, there's something that we like to call, I don't like using jargon, but there's something we call range. So once you keep on learning, then you develop range.
Yeah.
And now range means that, as an example, previously for someone in marketing, what we would look out for would be someone who has the type of character that likes to ideate, that pushes the boundaries, pushes the envelope, thinks out of the box, blah blah, all those things that define a marketer. Someone who is an outrovert. And now the truth is that because of how things have changed, the evolution of internet, now people know about, TikTok as an example has troves of data about who Sabrina is, same as LinkedIn as an example, or even your mobile money app, or your Airtel Money, or your Centenary app. WhatsApp has, all the emojis that you send, all the things that you do, the sneaky links, etc. Now, all that information there, before with marketing, okay, the job of a marketer is to create demand or spur demand in the consumer. Now you have a bigger job to do as a marketer to be able to understand Sabrina at a deeper level, to know what things matter to her,
Yeah.
so that you can position your product, your proposition, to speak to her and therefore get her to spend her money on your product or service. Previously, you do the basics, maybe radio, TV, do maybe an activation in a restaurant or go to a mall somewhere. Now, there's avenues to reach the customer at a deeper, more intimate level.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't understand data, if you don't understand numbers, as an example, it becomes hard for you to thrive as a marketer, because right now businesses are saying that they must see return on investment on any spend. So you must understand the Excel. You must know that if I'm going to spend 1 million shillings, it must bring back 3 million. How will it come back? How do you measure it? Or how do you ensure that that 3 million that you're making is going to be consistent over the next 1 year and even grow maybe to 10, 12 million?
Yeah.
All those things you will not learn in a marketing class.
Mm.
You need to understand finance. You need to understand data. You need to do a bit of mining. You need to. So I don't feel sorry, but I feel for the people who are starting their careers right now, because
You can say it. Sorry.
yeah, because you must know a lot at the start.
But the good thing is,
Yeah.
there's also a lot at their disposal, right? Most of them. We have ChatGPT. Do you realize like how helpful that thing is?
Yeah, but do you realize also how it's making people lazy?
Yeah, it is.
I met some people, some in the comms, and this one time this young lady sends me a GPT speech for her boss, without checking, without trying to make it, And I said, but okay. I told her, now for me, because I've written, I don't know how many millions of speeches before, I can use it to, and then improve upon it, give it context of the audience, and then, but for if you're starting out, if you don't actually get the skill of speech writing,
Yeah.
then your chicken is cooked, yeah? Go ahead.
The best way to use ChatGPT is to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Give it to ChatGPT to
There you
polish
go.
it for you.
Yeah.
And then polish what ChatGPT has given you. But you can't give it to do the whole assignment because it doesn't know you like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Yes,
have
correct.
the context. So I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears a bit and talk about you as a person, right?
Yeah.
What is something that you wish people knew about you?
So it's an interesting question, because I think I've had a transition from, and I was talking to someone about this the other day, that before I think I used to not enjoy, but I would not mind the spotlight, the camera roll. But now lately, I think I prefer the gray area. Just so I really don't know what I would want people to know about me. Maybe it is to just see some of the things that we've done. If I'm take a step back and just see the kind of things I did with my team around MTN, in the private sector, in the government with NITA.
You
What?
as a person, not
Me as a person.
not like in your professional capacity, but
Oh.
you as a person.
Okay, maybe the last time I answered that question was a while ago, and I was being asked about preferences in the fairer sex, and I spoke about lace, and that didn't go too, it didn't go down
So
too
should
well.
we skip that question?
I think let's keep it, and maybe I'll come back to it later on.
Okay, while you
Yeah.
marinate on it, where's your happy place?
My happy place is so I have this thing when I do a digital detox. So I put my phone on D&D, and I apart from a few people in my life who are very important,
Yeah.
and then I get a book. It used to be wine, now it's tea, coffee.
Easy.
Happy place, not
Okay, fine.
yeah. And then I'll read. So I've got two versions of happy place. There's happy place of being serene. That's the book, the
The coffee
the
or
coffee
tea.
or tea. But then there's another happy place of just energy, and that energy is if I'm in a place, and I know it's now old school, but for me there are some songs that just once you hear them you're like, yes, let me kick off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So going out with friends,
Yeah.
good music. So yeah, so for me it's two versions of happy place.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the detox version.
Yeah.
How long can you go without your phone being online? Can you go
I've
like
improved
from
from 30 minutes to now. I can
30
go.
minutes?
Yeah, no, it used to be bad.
Jesus.
It used to be bad. It used to be bad. And I used to
Okay.
lie to myself that, the kind of job that I do, I must be accessible at all times, and people depend on me, and therefore, yeah,
Yeah,
it's yeah, yeah. But
30
now I've
minutes,
improved.
but now you've improved too?
Yeah, now I can do a weekend.
I was going to say, I thought you were
I
going to
can
say
do a
like 1
weekend.
hour.
No, I can do a weekend. It's
A whole weekend.
yeah, but of course with a few breaks in between. I can go morning until evening. Evening, I'll say,
Then
okay, let
come
me
on
check and
9.
see. Yeah,
Yeah. I used to do this thing where I'd switch off my data for like a whole weekend. Yeah.
yeah.
It's good, especially you have like anxiety. It's good for you because you're like constantly checking your phone. You don't realize that it stresses you out sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's
So you don't have that thing. Do you guys who call it FOMO?
I don't have FOMO, man. That weekend I'll decide I'm not going out. But also I don't have FOMO, to be fair. And
Yeah.
then you mentioned like old school music, that sort of thing. What kind of music do you like to listen to? Like what genre is your favorite kind?
So I was going to use a bad word. I am diverse in my tastes. Some people refer to me as a DB, as a dustbin of, because everything that you throw there, I will soak up.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the mood and where I'm at mentally. But from like when I'm in the office, I have a speaker. I'll listen to a bit of South African jazz, or Ugandan jazz, or the classical jazz, just to. I don't like silence a lot. When I'm with friends, again, so depending, Ugandan music works for me. So I'm a big fan of the Myth, Rabba Daba. Do you know Rabba Daba?
Oh, of course. Like, okay, no, but I've forgotten. Who is that? I know Rabba
Yeah, so
Daba.
it's-
When Rabba Daba first came out,
Yeah.
he used to have like a sidekick or something. Like he was Rabba Daba and some guy.
Which guy was it?
I don't remember. You should know. Wasn't the
Maybe
one
Young
day at
Mulo?
Noobs?
No, he was actually he was at we were classmates, but he was at MOOC. He was at MOOC
He was at
doing
MOOC.
IT. Yeah.
There was a guy. Guys, please let me know if I'm remembering wrong. But I remember he had like a guy who he constantly made music with.
Young Mulo
It wasn't Young Mulo. It was Young Mulo. I think came later.
later on, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember. Anyway, when I remember, I'll tell you. So Rabba Daba.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask you like, who's your favorite like artist?
So I don't
I
have-
want to say of all time,
Yeah,
but if I say of all time, I'll give you 3.
yeah.
But if I say like right now, it will be 1.
Okay, so favorite artist of all time. You give me
No,
3, right?
of all time 3.
Yeah.
If you're saying right now, it's 1.
So am I allowed to choose the different genres, like the different moods?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes, yes.
So when it comes to hip hop and rap, top 3 for me:
Eminem.
yeah,
Okay.
Nas,
Okay.
and Biggie. If you allow me a 4th, purely because I know some friends of mine won't be happy. One of my very good friends is a Pac. Yeah, I'll add
No,
Pac just
I-
to.
You know what?
Uh huh.
I love Park, but
Yeah.
like I understand that because I'm a Biggie person as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Anyway, we move.
Okay.
Like,
Then when you go to the more soul and not my favorite, but just a song. There's that thing that I'm not a gangster, but every man, if I'm to use that phrase, every gangster has that song that gets them bellowing out, and Fantasia, When I See You, is just that
yeah,
song.
yeah.
Not my favorite artist, but just if I'm to, but then I'll go for the Agasha, and I never cancelled him, R. Kelly, and you gave me 3, right?
Asha, R. Kelly, and
Agasha, R. Kelly, and maybe Lino.
Lionel
Okay,
Richie.
Lino.
That
the
is
most of the
shifting
soul.
gears.
Yeah.
Extremely to like this other side.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, but yeah, well, I was having this conversation earlier with my earlier guest, and we're talking about like, there's sometimes you just can't cancel everyone because like,
Yeah,
what
it's
music
just-
shall we
it's-
be left with? Like
correct.
we have a problem with Tory Lanez, we have a problem with Kanye West, we have a problem with R. Kelly, we have Diddy. What am I? Like,
what is it
what are
about?
we left with? You know what I mean?
No, but at least so far, apart from Vibes, Cartel, but most of the guys in the dancehall side are okay.
yeah,
There's
but
no
I
there's
can't
no
force
cancelling.
myself to like dance.
Oh, it's such a vibe, If you look, if I could, like, if I would get my lineup for Ugandans, Peter Miles would be up there next to Myth
Agreed.
and Rubber Dabba.
Yes.
Because Peter Miles was and still is, I think, one of the best Uganda's had to offer.
Yeah.
And also on the other side, Mavado, who else? Red Rat.
What's his name? Buju. You know, like
Buju.
the dance hall space for me, it jam. It really jam. Do you cook?
Yes, but then I figured that if I do everything, then how shall I share tasks with people around me? So,
So
so
no.
do I can cook something.
You
small, but I
can
just-
cook to survive.
Yeah, but then I feel like some things. Let's share. Let me
Yeah.
let me do the dishes and then
Yeah, because
someone
other
else
people
cooks.
have to have things to do.
You know, correct?
Yeah, very considerate.
Yeah.
But if you had to impress people by cooking one meal,
Yeah.
the meal you know how to cook best,
Yeah.
what is it? What are you cooking?
So, am I allowed to imagine the meal, or must I know how to cook it?
You must know how to cook it. That's the whole point. Like, because obviously, in a hypothetical world where we're all Gordon Ramsay, even
Yeah.
me, I'd be like, I'd have a side of da 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 da. But no, you must know how to cook it.
Okay, so if I had to impress, I would get. So I would first it would be streaky bacon. Done with all the onions and tomatoes and garlic and everything, and then fries, and with a garnishing of Spanish omelette. That would be
So
That meal?
breakfast. So breakfast.
top,
then.
yeah.
And with a side of tea,
Side of tea.
freshly.
Yes, and
Brewed.
if you're on holiday,
Yeah.
I'll put the juice with bubbly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, if I had to
Okay.
impress, that would be the one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. So I guess you're ordering in.
No, but
Uh-huh.
if I had to get someone else to help me cook,
Mm-hmm.
I think luombo is such a top tier meal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, luombo. And luombo of anything, whether it's luombo of beef, pork, chicken, it's just,
So if you could eat one thing for like a year straight, what would it be? Luombo?
yeah, I think it will be luombo.
Yeah. Any kind? Or there's a specific one that's like the one?
The one that's for, I don't know.
Because you know, people usually like, okay, for me, I like chicken. No, I like goat luombo.
Oh,
Then most people like the nuts with fish or whatever. Like, is there any specific luombo
I
that you
think,
pick or like
I'd go for the chicken one.
the chicken one?
Yeah,
no?
because I think it used to be my go-to when I was younger, and I used to be very passionate about drinking juice.
Yeah.
So in the morning after a night of drinking juice, you would have an overload of, I drank too much juice last night.
Yeah.
So the luombo would be a good rescue, go-to meal for recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your go-to meal for recovery?
Uh,
Now, to this day?
No, now I don't have to recover because I'm not as keen about juice.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like when we talk about juice,
Yeah.
for the people who know, you know, like
Yeah.
there's always like people who have ideas, concoctions, like make sure you take a painkiller before you sleep or
Yeah.
make sure you like drink. None of that stuff has ever helped me.
Yeah, no,
I wake up and suffer.
correct. And I think suffering is the right thing. When I used to take juice, there would be some juice with, however, well, MTN used to be wild times with my former bosses, Hazel, Dennis, Ken, anyway, like a wild crew. So in the morning before we go and sleep, we'd make sure that we first eat, and then that way you would try and mitigate. But still, you would wake up and
Do you know the only thing I find helps?
yeah.
You don't stop.
No, that's not.
Maybe that's not the best advice, but I'm just saying, like, just like keep going, you know, like for like one or two. You know, have the dog.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
of it,
yeah.
but I don't believe in it.
You don't?
No. So we used to have a thing back in the day. My friends used to do it. I failed to do it.
Yeah.
Called the Jack Bauer. Did you know
I
what
don't
Jack
know.
Bauer?
I know who Jack Bauer is. Is that 24?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, oh.
Right. It was
Makes
clicked.
it. That's clever. That's clever.
Yeah. So I failed to do it. I think yeah. I just couldn't.
Okay, speaking of Jack Bauer, let's talk
Yeah.
about movies, TV shows. What do you prefer? Movies, TV shows?
Again, I'm moving to both.
You like
Yeah,
both?
I like
Okay, let's
both,
talk
yeah.
about movies. If you are going in an isolated place for like a year and they tell
Yeah.
you pick 3 movies and that's going to be the only entertainment, what
Yeah.
3 movies are you taking?
I'm taking The Matrix.
The first one?
The trilogy.
You've said you
As
you
one
finished
movie.
your
No,
three.
as one movie.
No, that's not
But
how
then
it
you can't,
works.
you can't allow that should be a part one.
No. You take one, two, three tips. They're actually going to give you a deck with tips, and you're taking 3 movies like this.
At least I'm impressed that you know what a deck is. So, yeah, Matrix maybe part one.
Okay.
Neo, he's beginning to believe. The other one, Greece.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one, the third one that I would take would be maybe. It's a bit hard. There's a documentary that speaks to the history of Ford. I think that's an impressive story. And then also I like I'm a Pan-African at heart. Okay, not at heart, but at the core. When I was younger, I used to roll. Is that what they say? I used to roll with. Is that
It's
the right
okay.
phrase? So as young, I used to roll
You
with
can roll with who you want to roll with.
Pan-Africanism as an ideal. So as an example, my name Steven, I had dropped it until I realized that my PLE and S4 had the name Steven, so I couldn't. It was a bit hard to let it go. But I had left it and I was just going with my native parts of my name, Kirenga Mugabe. And the Pan-Africans, America Cabral, Mondlane, Oliver Tambo, Mandela, who else? Who's the guy in Mozambique? Okay.
I don't know who those people
I'm
are.
drawing
I'm
a
not
blank,
gonna
but
lie.
yeah, but even just like the Ugandan folks, the Kings in Rwanda, the Chijeris, the Kawakas here,
So what movie is that?
Kawalegas.
Are you taking that movie? Is
No, I'm
it
just
like
saying, yeah,
you're
I'm
thinking of
trying to
like
say
it would be a movie
a
like
movie
about that stuff?
yes, about that stuff, about the history of Africa, about the history of black people, about Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, yeah, even just about how as humanity we have evolved to, people at my age were changing countries. You get what I mean? As in, like, people were becoming presidents. People were, Kwame Nkrumah. They were actually at the fore of saying, let's make society better. Most of the people at my age or another generation, are looking to how many shots can I take, or
How many butters can I pop?
let's pop bottles.
Yeah.
So I'm not judging anyone. It's not an indictment on our generation, but to answer your question, I would take a movie that just talks to how things were then, how different men and women were at that time of history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me defend our generation. Not our generation, but our times.
Yeah.
Like people our age are not doing things like that,
Yeah.
fighting and da 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 because of privilege. Like they fought so that we could enjoy good life.
Yes,
like
but-
now there's no reason to fight per se
Yeah, but
until
then
the
now you see-
reason arises.
Yeah, but now you see, now we're becoming even lazier. They fought to make a chat GPT.
Yeah.
Now we can't even think on
Now
our
we
own.
can't even. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm also to blame because I should be actively participating. But again, the reality is that, you end up saying, let me do something small in my small space that contributes to a bigger picture.
Yeah.
But I just think, this is not about, this is not
No,
that serious. So let's.
It's never that serious. No, but clearly, yeah. Sometimes it can get serious, and I get what you're saying, and I know what you're trying to, put out there. Okay, let's
Yeah.
talk about controversial opinions.
Yeah, okay.
What's your most controversial opinion?
My most-
An opinion that could get you in trouble.
Okay, one that could get me in trouble.
Could.
That could get me in trouble. In this era of being woke and feminism, I am still old school, and I still believe that there needs to be a distinction of roles. So I have many friends who are female, and they won't like the fact that I still believe some things are meant to be done by the males, and some other things should be done by females.
In the context of a relationship or in the context of life in general?
Life in general.
Okay.
I still believe that there's just some things that the obligations that are inherent to men and no amount of wokeism and oh my God, we are equal, and will they be transferred to to women?
Yeah.
So I know it's controversial, especially now in the age of oh my God, we must stand on the same pedestal because we are equal. And come and join me on my pedestal, but let's be partners. Don't try to do things that are meant to be done by. So I've learned to temper down. I've gone to classes for that.
You have?
Yes.
What do
'Cause
they teach in those classes?
they teach me that that I must recognize that whilst I know that it is male and female, they exist. Or
What, you needed to know that we exist. You didn't
no,
know.
not they.
Hey.
And you know how there's different
Oh,
different
they.
what's the word? Is it personalities? Is it genders? Yeah, genders.
Genders. Oh,
Yeah, there's different
they.
genders.
They,
So
they, them.
on top
and
of the whole
that
going
one.
beyond what we should do, men, women.
Mm.
Now there's this introduction of different genders and associations and beliefs that don't make sense. But I recognize them. I don't believe in them. I don't subscribe to them, but I recognize them, and I will.
I think that's like part of the human experience. You know that some people have opinions and thoughts. You don't have to believe, as long as it doesn't affect you directly. You don't have to believe it. You know what I mean? Like I like what you said, because me,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I feel like different genders have different strengths.
Yeah.
Like, and feminists are gonna come for, like, maybe they may feel triggered, but there's certain things that guys have strengths in doing that women don't have strengths in doing, and women have strengths and men don't have that strength.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that. But there was that conversation about people who transition.
Yeah.
So now you were born a guy, and then now you are identifying as a woman, and
Yeah.
you want to play female sports. That's not fair. That doesn't make any sense, because
Yes.
you still have the abilities, you still have the testosterone of a guy.
There you go.
The other way around as well. Like, if a woman is going to run against Usain Bolt,
Yeah.
like, make it make sense. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And also
exactly.
the conversation was also about like toilets. So my baby girl, 6 years old, is going into a toilet because we think a toilet is a safe space where
Yeah.
only women are.
Yeah.
And now if we allow, and I'm not saying that they have ill intentions,
Yeah.
but what if someone who is has ill intentions, pretends to identify as a woman, goes into that space? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like there's obviously, if that conversation, if they're serious about going in that direction, they
Yeah.
need to really think it through, because certain things are just going to have to stay how they are. And then
Okay,
you'll be
so-
going to bathrooms and you find women in the bathrooms, and that's just,
So I still think that issue, like sort of like of the bathrooms.
Yeah.
That's not whether gender or not. I think that comes down to a value set that you have as a person.
Yeah.
Because the person will still rape even if they are male or female, if they have the wrong
Intentions.
intentions
Yeah.
and wrong value set.
Facts.
So how have they been brought up? But that confusion, and it's confusion for me. Like when I travel,
Yeah.
and then I go and I see male toilet, female toilet, unisex, and I'm saying, what is this? What is this madness? You know, what? As in how?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's
yeah.
stop there. Your hot take is going to get us cancelled. Guys,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
This is just our opinions,
yeah,
but they're not
but-
facts. So
Yes, yes.
you're allowed
No,
to
but-
believe what you believe.
Yeah, but we
Okay.
respect them, and,
Yeah.
and I've learned, and I've come to learn that that people, some beliefs are stronger than, their beliefs work for them, and
Yeah.
as long as we can coexist.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I don't
we're
have to
all-
believe what you believe, but I have to respect it.
Yeah.
I feel like we've coexisted like that with religion as well. We can
Yes.
coexist with certain things as well. Okay, let's talk about.
So you're not
Advice.
religious?
Kinda
Let's-
sorta.
Let's switch roles. What's your story about that?
I just feel like I respect everyone's religions. I believe in everything and nothing at the same time.
So how does that work? So you believe in everything and nothing
Yes.
at the same time?
Yes. I believe everyone, you know how, every religion has like their strong beliefs. I
Okay.
believe I studied and noticed, and my observation was everyone has a point.
Okay.
So now I believe with everyone. If you're Muslim, I believe you. If you're Christian, I believe you. If you're Hindu, Buddhist, I believe you. You're right.
So your belief is believing everything.
I believe everything that everyone believes. And so that puts me in no man's land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's. All right. I'll sit the floor back to you because I have very many questions, but
Yeah. I know what you mean. Okay, let's
Yeah.
talk about, and this is going to be the final question because I feel like we've jazzed for a while, but this was fun. If you could go back in time and give your younger self advice, what would you say?
I think I would advise the younger version of me to be more intentional about being present. I think time is the only resource, and we don't realize it until we have lost it. But it's the only resource that we actually have. Time is the only thing that we have. So if I would go back, I would advise you, to be a bit more present, to be intentional about that. I lost a lot of time in being on my phone, in being on my laptop, so I missed a couple of moments along the way, along the journey. So if I would, okay, a bit of regret, but hey, it is what it is. I think I would advise that. I would just advise my younger self to just be intentional, make time for people, for events, even for my own self, in the pursuit of trying to just help. Or there's that thing that people keep on talking about, or not people, but that David Impanga one time said that the day we stop to feel for each other, the day the country stops to have a central nervous system, is the day we'll go to the dogs. So to be human is to feel, is to be empathetic, is to. So, however, sometimes you can go a bit overboard, and you give too much of yourself, and not find time to actually just take a step back and just breathe and be present. So in that many words, or in the many words I've said, I think that's what I'll tell myself.
To be more present,
Yeah,
and be more intentional. Is
Yep.
there like a specific memory of a moment in time that you wish you could go back to? Like if you had a time machine, like I wish I could go back to this specific day, not to change anything, but
Yeah.
because the day was so good.
When I was a child, it used to be when I would leave school and just go back home and be able to find, tip-top bread with Blue Band and dip it in milk tea.
Good times,
you
right?
know? Yeah.
Yeah, and then like maybe there'd be cartoons on,
And
like
yeah,
at a
there'd be
specific
cartoons.
time.
Maybe that would be the time.
Yeah.
And and you'd have no worry. You'd just be
Yeah.
there.
And that would be the highlight of your day. And then you
you
do it
know,
again tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe that would be it. But also as I've grown older, I've grown to appreciate moments and people, and just being able to talk to people, understand them.
Yeah.
Listen to not to their minds, but to their, not to their words, but to their minds. I don't know if you get that sometimes you can have a conversation with somebody and you get to listen to their mind and not their words necessarily. You're able to listen to beyond what they're saying and just interrogate and understand them at that deeper level. So I don't have a particular moment. I think the couple of them all over the space,
Yeah.
all over my timeline of. I think I'm no longer youth, so I'm now above that Rubicon of youth.
What?
So good one. Yeah. So so I think that would be it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
All right.
And thank you so much for making time for this podcast. You see, it was a vibe, right?
It was a very big. Actually, I was about to say, are we done? Because I feel like you had a couple of.
No, yeah, I'm not yet
Yeah.
done with you, but we're done with this part of the podcast. So now we're going to play a game. So the game is called Soundtrack of My Life.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you scenarios. You're going to tell me a song that reminds you of what song applies to that thing that I've said.
Yeah.
Okay, so what song always boosts your mood?
So I have two songs. Allow me.
Yeah.
The first song is Eminem, "Sing for the Moment."
Okay.
That it gets me to the zone where I must. So I used to stutter, growing up, but I've been able to overcome that, and now I can be able to speak to an articulate degree. So "Sing for the Moment," I think, is the one. The other one is again when I'm going out and with friends, that Rabadaba song, "Chari Chiro Chakuchakara." You know that? And then I hope you can play his song, that part there in this. It does it. But also the myth is "Toast to Life."
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. But
Yeah.
yeah, those are three
Okay.
songs. Yeah.
No, it's okay. This
Yeah.
is your time, so you can mention your 3 songs. A song that reminds you of your childhood.
Punky Brewster or Captain Planet. I need to.
Will these
Those
guys know
soundtracks.
those things?
That's how old I am. But it's Captain Planet.
No, because I know Punky Brewster. I don't know Captain Planet.
Okay.
But
was
I don't
one of
even
the-
like what did it sound like? I can't remember.
I'm not my ad libs are not that great. So, but I'll send it to you and you.
Okay. An artist you'd choose if you could only listen to for a whole month.
Um, I think again I would go with M.
Eminem.
Yeah, because I feel like he has a bit of. I don't feel like I have to justify it, but just he has range. So whether it is speaking about life, there's something there. It's just being, wordplay and just talking about a microphone. He'll go there. So if I had to listen for a whole month, that would be him.
You know how Haley got married? Haley,
Uh,
his
his
daughter, who
daughter,
he used
yes.
to sing about, like, it's so, because it was crazy. We saw her when she was a baby,
You know,
and then I heard she got married. Like, damn, how old
how
are
old is?
we?
But if I come back to Uganda, Kenneth Mugabe, I think I just listened to him the whole for a full month.
Okay.
So my sister had a birthday when she turned 40, and she managed to get him there. And he sang a song again, maybe let me about the childhood, for my childhood, a religious song from the Catholic Church called Tugonzangane. It's and that took me to when I was a kid. So Kenneth Mugabe has my respect and admiration. So him as well. I think I would.
Do you remember the first concert you ever went to?
Yes,
Who was it?
the first concert I went to was okay. So I understand that Uganda has had a growth of concerts. So a concert back in the day was really not a concert, but a hard concert of UB40. That was the first one I went to, and it was
Fire. Were you working with MTN at the time?
I had just joined.
You must
So
have
I
lived your
had-
best life. Oh my God, we were so jealous of you guys.
You have no idea. Up to now, in fact, the other day I was talking on the marketing WhatsApp group where
Yeah.
marketing members, practitioners are, and I was saying, guys, that was the best concert Uganda's ever had. The best concert.
Yeah. And for some of us were still in school, but like I still have FOMO to this day because everyone who attended it still says it was the best concert we ever
It
had.
was just super. No curtain raisers, no what. The guys came on 3 hours, jamming song after song.
Yeah. Okay. Theme song of your life right now.
Things of my life right now, I think is her. I have to think about that though.
You have to?
Again, because my life has its ups and downs. I won't lie and say it's just a breezy.
Yeah.
Well, as you can tell, sometimes I have a cocky side to not cocky, but a conny. Something that people don't know about me.
Mm-hmm.
The other question
Mm-hmm.
when you ask
Yes.
something that people
Have
don't know
you
about
finally
me.
found an
Yes,
answer?
yes.
Uh-huh.
I tell dad jokes. So I'm that guy who when you ask me, are you done?
Oh
I'll be
God.
like, no, my name is Steven.
No, I'm still.
Yes,
Oh my God. I remember the first time I had that joke. I was like in the gym, so I had finished doing something, and I was like, "Okay, I'm done." And they're
Yeah.
like, "No, you're not done." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What are you talking about?" I was even about to start fighting. I've done my 10 sets, and they
Yeah.
were like, "No, you're Sabrina." I'm like, "Ugh,
Yeah, so
don't get me
it's-
started."
There you go. But the soundtrack to my life right now, I think, would be back to lose yourself. About just
Oh, lose yourself is
yeah,
fire.
just taking the moment, especially now because now I'm more intentional. So freezing it and trying to own it. So you're getting lost in that moment and being present, and I think that would be the one.
That's deep. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now we're gonna shift gears a bit. We're gonna do a quick fire, this or that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you two options. You pick one. Okay. Biggie or Park?
Biggie.
Yeah. Kendrick or Drake?
None of them. Okay.
Ah,
Kendrick. Okay,
there's
Kendrick.
Why
I'm
why
not
none of them?
because these new school guys are not it.
But
Yeah.
Kendrick is kind of fire, and so
Okay.
is Drake.
All right, I'll go with Kendrick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nas or Jay-Z?
Nas.
Okay. Kanye or Pharrell in the context of producers?
Pharrell. The
Pharrell.
vampire Pharrell.
Yeah. No, I get why one would say that.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne or Eminem? I already have
Uh,
my answer.
Well, yeah, Eminem, but also Lil Wayne is
Fire, eh?
Is fire. You
Yeah.
know, his I know he went down some, but Lil Wayne, the Carter 3, that album, I think was just I could listen to it. Actually, after here,
You're
I
going to
want
go listen
to the Carter 3.
You know, he just dropped another album. Which
No,
one is
I
it?
did.
Carter 6.
Carter 6, eh?
Yeah.
Ah.
Apparently it's trash.
Ah.
Oh no, sorry, no, not trash. Don't go listen. Don't take my word for it.
Yeah.
Okay, Nicki Minaj or Cardi B? Do you have an opinion here?
No, I don't. But I would say instead of Nikki, okay, but you know Nikki, she had a fire track, Hold Ya, your Egyptian, tell him Figuan. That was such a fire jump.
So Nikki versus Cardi, Nikki because
Nikki,
of that jam.
Yeah, because that one jam.
Interesting. That is such an edge answer. Like,
Yeah.
and after all Nikki has done in this world.
Only one jam.
Whole jam. Okay, Afrobeat or Amapiano?
Afro.
Afrobeat.
But if you said Afrobeats or Kwaito, I would struggle. Yeah.
I don't know what Kwaito is. The South African
South African,
music?
yeah, like Liquid Deep. Yeah, that
Oh
type.
my God, Liquid Deep had
Yeah.
a moment. Okay, now let's go to sports. Michael Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with Mike on this podcast, Mike
Yeah.
Mukula Jr., and we concluded that it might be an age thing.
Yeah.
That debate,
Yeah.
it might be an age thing,
Not
because the
necessarily.
older generation say Jordan, the younger generation say LeBron.
So LeBron, very good. He has all these stats and everything. But what Michael Jordan did for the game of basketball cannot be compared. Michael Jordan was the guy who actually allowed for players to have their own sneaks. As an example, when he began the Air Jordans,
Yeah.
that guy went against the establishment. At one point, you had to have white sneaks when you're playing basketball. Jordan said,
Yeah.
that word perfect, with Nike,
Yeah.
and they began to play with the red Jordans, and then as in Jordan has he opened the doors for all these LeBrons and all these Steph, every etc. He was Jordan is for
Yeah,
me,
Jordan.
especially because outside of the basketball court, what he did for the game, how he elevated it,
Yeah, I get what you mean. Kobe or Shaq?
Kobe,
Okay, Messi or
Ronaldo,
Lewis or Max?
F1,
Hamilton.
Hamilton,
Hamilton.
yeah, Hamilton,
Okay, DC or Marvel?
Marvel, Marvel every day,
Every day. Will Smith or Denzel?
Denzel,
The Office or Friends?
The Office.
The Office.
If you had asked me this when I was younger, Friends.
Yeah.
But now when I began to understand things and I got a bit of a magazi, The Office is a clever
The Office is fire.
Yeah, it's fire.
I understand. Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Okay, I've never watched Game of Thrones. Are you judging me?
No, but
Yeah.
I think you should.
I probably
It's-
should.
it's-
I need to, because I need to see what the hype is. And the best thing about it now is I have them at once. You know what threw me off in the beginning?
Uh-huh.
I cannot wait 2 years for you to release another. I have to live life.
But
you
Game
know?
of Thrones is it.
Yeah.
You know, there's even time when we used to speak like you would out of office, you would speak like those guys, like that kind of English.
No.
Yeah, Game of Thrones English, and it would
Absolutely
be such a
not.
you'd be at
That's
a
such a-
restaurant and
That's such a nerd thing.
okay,
My
fair enough. I take it.
It's
I
so loud.
take it.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I know I was a bit mean.
No, it's fine. Nads rule the world now, so it's, there we
That
go.
part. That part. Thank you so much, Steven, for
Thank you
coming
for having
through.
me,
This was such a
Sabrina.
blast.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you making the time.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
and of course, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've been at Zest Restaurant in Kololo. Just go to their Instagram in case you don't know where it is, and actually put it in your Google Maps. Zest Restaurant. You will find it. Also, I'm dressed by STW, who keep me looking snatched. They have a new collection, so go check out their Instagram page. Until next time, it's been really real. Bye.